Well, in real time. I talked about earlier, there are eyes everywhere. There's all sorts of weirdness going on, including certain polling locations being shut down for gas leaks, other locations being shut down from mysterious calls from Russia. And all this is, coincidentally, all in swing states. What a coinky dink. Look, if you're watching this video and you still haven't voted, you can listen to it on the way to the polls. There is still plenty of time. So unless you're watching this on November 5th or 6th, there's plenty of time. But let's get into Google getting caught red-handed with some pretty bad shenanigans. Also, a huge shout out to my company, Coffee Brand Coffee, is doing a site-wide 15% off sale today. Promo code VOTE. It is the single freshest coffee you can buy anywhere online. We roast it all fresh to order. We're not some drop ship garbage like everyone else sells. Our fall roast selection is flying off the shelves, extremely highly rated. It's our best lineup ever. We obviously have our other flavors and non-flavored coffee. We also have teas now available, cold brews, and so much more. And the Quartering presents the Christmas version of the Tailgates for Trump meme cookbook with 50 different recipes. From Big Mike's Xmas Orbs to Peanuts Freedom Bean Almondine and a threat to our democracies, and 47 more. So pre-order yours in the description down below. Google admits Trump-Harris search discrepancy, says, quote, fix is coming. You see here, Google has acknowledged an issue that users have been flagging when searches for where can I vote for Harris produce a nice, fancy interactive map tool to find polling places, despite not doing the exact same thing for where can I vote for Trump. I mean, are you kidding me? Donald Trump has been running for president or been president for the last 16 years. You didn't have this working? It's my opinion, obviously, that this was on purpose. It's just my opinion, I guess. But, you know, I think, like, to me, it's very odd. Very, very odd. Especially when you talk about the stuff going on in Michigan, you see stuff going on in Pennsylvania. We got more to talk about here. The Where to Vote panel is triggering some specific searches because, quote, Harris is also the name of a county in Texas, Google said in a statement. Fix is coming. Are you kidding me? There's not, I'm sure there's all sorts of counties and cities named Harris. The interactive map appears to have been sponsored by voter information project Democracy Works. Notably, searches of where can I vote for Kamala did not generate the interactive map either. So is it nonsense? I don't know. But look at this. Look at the predictive search. Where can I vote for? And the first prediction is Harris. Then president, present near me, Dancing with the Stars, the VMAs, Big Brothers, Grammys. No Trump. There's no, I mean, where's Trump? You know? Nowhere in there. You know, of course, this isn't the first time they did it after the attempt on Trump's life. Who knows if, you know, that is, you know, proof positive. But of course, Kamala embarrasses herself again, pretending to call a voter, but accidentally showed her screen, and it was on the camera app.
I'm not. How you doing? Have you voted already? Give me a second. You did. Thank you. Thank you so very
Now, some people are saying, like French loser XQC, that you can actually use the camera app while you're on the phone. But then a lot of people are saying there's not even a green dot at the top. So I don't know if she was or actually wasn't on the phone. But basically everything about Kamala Harris is completely fake, wildly fake. Of course, then we look at this, Elon Musk saying what's going on here. Google, this on top of a Georgia poll worker was just arrested for allegedly sending threats of things that go boom to fellow election officials for attempting to frame a voter for it. This is a poll worker in an important swing state in Georgia, a state that Trump lost in 2020, is hoping to gain back in 2024. The individual in question had expressed ambitions of managing elections in the future and identified as none other than a Democrat. I have a few questions. How do people like this end up in positions of power, especially in relations to our election? I mean, I think that's probably a fair question. That's definitely a fair question. Now, hours before the poll, Nate Silver, who has a long history of getting things wrong, said that he ran 80,000 model simulations and said that Kamala Harris beats Trump in a majority of the matchups. What is that majority? 50.5%, more than Harris's 50.015, Silver said Tuesday morning. According to his model, Harris wins the Electoral College 50.0. It's totally worthless. He's saying it's as close as it can get to 50-50. I think a lot of these pollsters are trying to hedge. They're trying to pretend like, oh, nothing, everybody keeps saying it's the closest election ever. It's the closest election ever. How? How on earth is it the closest election ever? Like, literally, Kamala Harris is a garbage candidate, supported by garbage people. I don't even really understand how you could argue that it's close. The closest election in history. Daily Mail's top political voices all make their final result. Let me guess. They're all going to say, ooh, it's like 50-50. Anybody could win. That's not a prediction. A prediction is Kamala Harris will win or X, Y, and Z will win. I don't, it's so wild. Then you had, of course, a man at the Capitol just now with a torch and a flare weapon. Man smelling like fuel, carrying a torch and a flare, arrested at U.S. Capitol. I suspect this is probably somebody else who is hoping to self-immolate. What is going on? I'm guessing that this is probably somebody who, again, wanted to make some sort of statement against Kamala Harris, where, again, I'm told that her supporters are, vast, and she must have 70 or 80 million people voting for her. Look, I've been wrong before, and I could be wrong right now. I really do. I really could be. It's wild to me. You see Google's everything's against Trump, as always. Now, will some of these things be, a little weird? Maybe some of them can be perfectly explained. Yes, of course, Kamala Harris faked a door knock, too. So she faked a door knock for sure. She allegedly faked a phone call. CNN's panicking, making a bleak Kamala Harris prediction. Again, this is also a hedge. He gets to be the hero if he's wrong.
Down, not in terms of going toward the Republicans, just people not getting out to vote. And so you got people out there like Pastor Carl Day, who's got a bunch of young men with him, knocking on doors, trying to get people to come out. It's a bigger, tougher fight in Philly to get that vote count up than it has been in the past. That has me worried. The other thing that has me worried is that the Jewish vote in the suburban areas, Biden won the Jewish vote by 70%, 70-30 last time. Some polls show Kamala at 50-50. That is 70,000 votes we've bled away. That is the margin for victory.
If you remember in 2020, Donald Trump lost Pennsylvania by 100,000 votes. Maybe Kamala Harris shouldn't have ran pro-Hamas ads in Michigan and pro-Israel ads in Pennsylvania. Did she think she wasn't going to get caught? Did she think people weren't going to find out? Again, I'll be live streaming this on all my channels tonight, starting at 7 Eastern. So I really hope you tune in. I've got Hannah Claire Brimlow as my co-host. I know everybody's streaming tonight. I know. But in my live stream, I actually read the chat. I actually interact with my people, with my viewers. And I think that's something that hardly anyone else does. Obviously, you also have some shenanigans going on with Trump stock. Someone tried to unload all of their shares from Trump Media not long ago, so trading had to be halted. Again, I don't know. What does that mean? Some people probably think, like, if you thought Trump was going to win, you'd be buying shares, not selling them. I'm not saying it was definitely was Trump, but if it were Trump, then it would be a lot like this. Weird, right after Elon joined Trump, DJT stock soared. I suspect Elon dumped a ton of money into Trump's failing stock so that Trump could sell before the election. Maybe they're saying Trump sold. It seems unlikely. And then, of course, it had a dead cat bounce where it dropped a bunch and then it only ended, down 1% for the day. So it's interesting. I mean, I don't know. Maybe people are shorting the stock. I don't know. I mean, it's only down 40 cents on the day. So what would you, I mean, are we going to freak out about that? It's down 40 cents. 32.90 and it ended up at 34.82. I'm sorry. It was at 39.72 and ended up at 34. So it was down 1%. Well, that's weird. That's not right. Because it was at 39 and then now it ended the day at 33. So it did drop a good amount in the day, So I don't know, does it matter? I don't know. Maybe people are thinking he's going to win the election and then he'll return to Twitter. I don't know. Maybe somebody's shorting his stock. Maybe, I don't know. It could be anything. I don't think that anybody could be sure of anything right now. I mean, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon where I'm recording. Polls where I live are open for another 4 hours. It seems extraordinarily unlikely that anyone would have a sure bet on who would win. But the shenanigans continue, but people are watching. Make sure you subscribe or follow this channel right now so that you get notified when I go live later and when any new election updates come out. I'm all over the stories. And I will continue to get your tailgates for Trump Christmas and New Year's Thanksgiving cookbook, and check out coffeebrandcoffee.com, promo code VOTE to save today. Links in the description. We'll talk to you again real soon.